Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to part 2 of Character Customizer and Advanced Locomotion System version 4 merged together. In this episode, we're going to be covering how to do the animations. So, if you have not watched part 1, go on back, watch that one so you're all caught up. So, to get started, what we're first going to do is go underneath our game folder here that we created. We're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this animations. All right, go ahead and open that up. We're going to extend this a little bit because we're going to be working mostly in all of these folders. So what we're going to do is go over to the left content browser here. We're going to open up ALS Locomotion version 4. We're going to head on over to Character Assets, Mannequin Skeleton, and Example Animations. So we're going to have to copy all these folders. Now, we could go into the actual project files and copy them like that, but then either way, we're going to have to delete them. So let's just take time and we're going to rename these. Well, I should say create them and name them. So first thing, we're going to create a new folder. We're just going to type in actions here. If we open up this action folder, you're going to see all these actions. We are going to be making all of these. We will do that shortly, but let's first go over here and create all these folders. Now, one thing you want to watch out for is if you open up one folder, you're going to have subfolders in here, as you can see. Under base, you're going to see like base poses. You're going to have a couple in there, but then when you get down to the locomotion, you're going to have another folder called detail. Make sure you get all these folders. Let's go ahead and take a few minutes, get all those done. I'm going to be doing the same thing. So, I will see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back. We got all those folders done. Now, here comes the fun part. Go ahead and open up animations folder. We're going to go right back to the root here. We're going to head over to the actual animations here. Now, we are going to create one new folder here in the content browser 3. We're going to call this one temp. Now, the reason for this folder is this is going to be the folder where we're going to put all our animations, because we're going to have to move them around and put them in the folders that they go into. So let's go ahead over here to the left, and we are going to right click on this ALS Animbp, and we're going to hit Retarget Anim Blueprints. Select your character. We're going to replace this. We're going to call it ALS underscore, and we're going to leave this part right here blank. And we're going to go find the folder that we just created called temp, and we're going to hit OK, and we're going to hit retarget. Takes a few seconds here. It hasn't froze on you, don't worry. As you can see, all those animations have just been created. Let's go back into the advanced locomotion here. Alright, so now on the right here, if we go into that folder, you're going to see all these animations. So the first thing we want to do is we want to drag out the Animbp, and we're going to put it right in the root folder here. Go ahead and move that there. Now we're going to do a quick file save all, and the reason for this is because we're going to be deleting a file, and if we do not save it, it's going to crash your engine. So let's go ahead and search for roll. Unfortunately, we're going to have to have a duplicate of this so we don't get any errors later on. So let's just call this underscore delete and just save. Save all. Alright, now under actions folder here, you see it's empty, but we require all these. So these files are not actually, we do not have yet. So we'll go ahead and copy all these. We're going to go to retarget. We're going to do our regular ALS underscore here. We're going to change the folder to the game folder, animations, actions, OK, and hit retarget. Now, this is when we're going to want to do a quick save here. Another one. When doing animations, I recommend saving as much as possible, by the way. Go ahead and hit delete on this image here. It's going to say it's already in the memory. So go ahead and find that one. Just type in roll here. And we're going to want to find the one that we just made, which would be this one, and replace. Hit OK, and it's going to delete it once it does this. And what this did, I will show you really quick. If you open up the Animbp here, underneath where it shows, let's do a quick search here, see if it pops up from roll. So what it did, this right here, if we just deleted that right away, it actually would have gave you a compile error. So when we compile it, this would have gave you a big error, and you would have to come in here and you have to change the animation. So if you won't have all your own custom animations, you're going to want to come into here and you're going to want to actually change the sequence to what you have. But if you guys need more examples of what I'm talking about on that, leave a comment below and I'll try to explain it a little bit better. But anytime you do change any animations in the locomotion system here, you're going to want to come in here and you're going to want to change all the curves and the sequence and whatnot. So it works for your game. But let's go ahead and close that because we are not ready for it quite yet. Now time to move all the files where they go. So go into each folder, aim offsets. On the right folder here, you notice how we're staying in the temp folder? It's to make this move a little bit faster. So go ahead and move all of these into the aim offsets. Now we're under the base. Actually, before we do the base, it's actually a lot faster if you go under overlay and do all these ones first. And there's a reason for that. It's because when you type in keywords later on, they're going to pop up with animations you don't want to put over there yet. So it's going to make it faster if we just do it this way now. So let's go over here where it says overlay, and all you're going to have to do is just type in whatever the name of the folder is. So barrel, move that. If I can actually spell today. Binos, move. So go ahead and take a few seconds here and do that, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, welcome back. You notice in this last folder under shared, just type in, it's actually just secondary motion. That's the only one that goes in here. But we do have all of these animations copied over, but there are one animation, or there's three animations that did not copy over. So if you open up the M4A1, you notice how there's three of them that has a little dark icon. Go ahead and click on that, hold down Control and click on the other ones so you have all three. Right click, and hit retarget. You do not have these ones yet. So let's go ahead and get these ones really quick. And you can actually put those right into the folder that they go into. There we go. Now we have them all. Let's do a quick file save all. Now, the only things we have left is the base. So let's go ahead and get all these done. And remember, when you're doing these, you do have a detail folder as well. So don't forget about that. Alright, before we continue too far, remember these dark ones. You want to grab these. So go ahead and put these underneath the folders that they go into. Alright, and it looks like we have one extra file here. So I gotta figure out which one we grabbed that we were not supposed to. Or it might have been a duplicated file. I think it's this one right here. Yes, that was it. Alright. That's probably going into another file then. I'm trying to think of which one it went into. But let's get details here. Alright, we are completely done with that whole folder. We have nothing left in the temp folder now. So now we are ready to test out the animations. But before we do that, there is one final thing we have to do that we did not do beforehand. So first of all, go ahead and delete this character. We no longer need him. Give it a little bit of height here. Alright, we are going to be opening up our character. So go into characters, open up female character here. If you look at the top right here, it says parent class, right? We have to change this parent class, and I'll explain why. So if we do not change that, we are not going to get all of our components for our mesh. So to see that work in action, go ahead and click on the mesh here. We're going to change the skeletal mesh to CC female. We're going to change the anim here to ANIMBP. If we look at the viewport here, we have a little beautiful blue female, whatever you want to call her. Go ahead and click on female character up here. Normally, you're going to see an option here to change the player. Now, if you want the blue character, go for it. I mean, you can literally change the color to anything you want. But we're going to add that. So to do that, class descends. Where it says parent class, we called it base character. So let's find that. Or was it character base? It was one of them. Oh, we called it main character. My bad. Give that a second as it loads. It's going to ask you if you want to reparent. Hit that, yes. Bam, we get our female. And we have all our mesh components here. Now, if we go back to the top here, you notice how I said it's going to ask you whether she's a male or female. Where is it? Oh, I passed it right there. So we get the male and we get the female. So let's change this. Oh, that's all good. Now we do have to put in all the animations that a lot of people forget and they wonder why they cannot roll around. So the mantle animations. Go ahead and hit expand all. Notice how they're blue? We don't want the blue ones. Remember that? So let's go ahead and hit compile save here really quick. We're going to open up a window in here to make this 20 times faster. So go ahead and contact browser, put our fourth browser up here. Go ahead and open up game, characters, game, animations, actions. Everything's going to be in the actions folder. So go ahead and type in mantle. And we need the 2M. So go ahead and put in 2M. We need the default. Just drag that right over there. Okay, that was the only one we need. Now we need 1M. So we need the default. So just take a few minutes to do all these ones. Now we also need the roll animations. So to do these ones, we're going to type in roll. We're going to do the default one here. Right-handed. Left-handed. And last but not least, two-handed. And we're also going to have to get the get up animations. So to do that, just type in get up underscore. And we have to do the front ones first. So we need the default. Alright, now we're going to the back. Now, this is probably the fastest way to do this. If you know of a faster way, let me know, please, by all means. But I'm almost certain that this is the fastest way. Alright, now we're all done with here. Hit compile, save. We're done with this character. Go ahead and close it out. Go back to your main demo level here, and we're going to actually right-click on this, and we're going to hit duplicate. Now, the reason we don't want to make a child blueprint is in case we want to change the graphics, or not the graphics, but the animations for female versus male character, which there is the potential by doing it the way I'm doing it right now. Let's rename this the male character. You can put BP at the end of it. I'm not doing it because I already know what it is. Go ahead and double click this and open it up. Drag this up to the top here. We don't need this content browser. We can go ahead and close that out. Oh, we did forget one thing though before I forget. We need to get rid of the coloring system. So go ahead and delete that one. Connect these nodes here. Over on the left here, we see the coloring system over here for function. Go ahead and hit the delete key on that, as well as the variables colors. Hit compile and it's going to give you a few errors. Just click on the first set dynamic materials and delete these two right here. Hit compile, save. Now we're also going to have to do that with the female character. But before we go do that, let's adjust this character here. Male character, we have to change this from the female design. So to do that, uncheck is female. Character name, type in M underscore. Hit compile. Save. Alright, now we have to adjust the mesh under where it says CC female. Just type in CC male. That was the reason why the female was topless all those times, by the way. It is censored, but you don't have to censor it. If you guys are interested in knowing how to uncensor that, I can show you. All you have to do is uncheck one box inside the actual material mesh. But if you guys are interested in seeing that, I can just post something on that in a later video. Alright, now that we saved that, if you notice, the collision here on the feet is not lined up right. So go ahead and click on this box where it says capsule height. Let's go ahead and put this at 99.5. Hit enter, compile, save. We're done with this character. Let's head over back to the female character and adjust the color and system here. So delete, connect, color and system, delete, colors, delete. Compile and delete these two nodes here. And hit compile, save. And now let's edit the capsule here as well. Now, this is going to be a little bit different because she is a shorter player. I believe it's about 93. Hit compile, save, go back to the demo level here, and as you can see, all these characters are different. So if you want, you can actually click on these where it says the skeletal mesh. You can change it right here, or check this out. Ready for this? Watch how easy this is. Just drag in a new character. Obviously, you can rotate these if you'd like. Oh, and if you notice their feet, it's perfectly aligned. They wouldn't be perfectly aligned if you did not do that. Alright, so if you want to change what these guys look like, if you click on the NPC itself, where it says character name, you can actually change this. I'm going to use some of them that are already in the system, so NPC1. We'll change this one to NPC2. And NPC3. Okay, apparently the NPC is naked. Probably because that's the female character, actually. So yeah, hold on. Let me do this way. There we go. Apparently the male does not have a dress. He does have sandals, though. We're going to leave him naked. So if you want to adjust what this person's holding, you can do that as well. You can do this by scrolling down here, and it's called state value. And this is where you can select what they're doing. So if you want her carrying a box around, you can do so. And hit save. Now we do have to hit play here to test this out. Go ahead and hit play. Don't worry about the leg, that does fix itself. It's because it's in the viewport. So as you can see, everything's working just fine. roll animations, Fulton. She's carrying around the box. The hands are a little off. If you guys are interested in knowing how to fix that, we will adjust that. Alright. Now, as you can see, we have a lot of these error codes. 37,000 to be exact. That's an easy fix. Just go over to Character Customizer over here, open this up, and the reason for these errors is because we got rid of the camera. So, update this camera, hold down Alt, click on the line. We're going to do this to all three of these cameras that we got rid of. You can add these later on if you'd really like, but there's no reason to. Because most people are not going to actually be able to customize your character in the middle of the game. You're going to do it like at a menu page or something like that, which in that case you're going to make your own custom camera anyways. So there's no reason to have it inside the game. So now if we hit play now, no errors when we exit out. Actually, there is, I believe, one more error, but I think we have to go into the menu here. You can adjust all these. They all work. Okay, apparently we do not. We did fix all the errors. Okay. Now we do have to test out the male character. So if you want to test out the male character, where it says world settings here, underneath selected game port here, game mode here, change the default to male character. Hit file, save, play. All his feet works just fine. Sprint, crouch, Volton. Now, some of you guys are asking, you haven't tested out the whole ragdoll. Ragdoll does not work. Not exactly. But we will be covering that in the next video. But that basically is all there is to the whole animations. If you guys see that I missed anything, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer it in the best of my ability. But I will see you guys in part 3. Y'all have a great night.